All right, let's dive in. Today, we are going on a journey from feeling like you're constantly in survival mode to finding a place of real, intentional peace. It's all about rewiring your brain, and we're going to map out exactly how to do it, step by step.
So, let me just ask you this. Do you ever feel like you're just constantly on, overwhelmed, running on pure adrenaline, just trying to make it through the day? If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you are definitely not alone. That feeling, that's what we call survival mode. And this really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got survival mode. That's the world of overthinking, constant reaction, adrenaline, and eventually total burnout. But on the other side, there's a different way to live. Peace mode. A state defined by vision, by rhythm, and this amazing sense of overflow. The whole point of our time together is to map out the journey from that left column to the right. Before we go any deeper, I really want you to let this one sink in. If you feel stuck in that survival state, it does not mean you're broken. Not at all. It just means your system is being recalibrated. It's preparing for something new. Think of it as a process of change, not a sign that something's wrong with you.
Okay, so where do we even begin? Well, first things first, we've got to understand what's actually happening inside our own heads. If we want to change our state, we first have to map our inner world and see exactly how our brain is wired for survival.
So check this out. This is where the science connects to what we actually feel. A brain scan might show something called left prefrontal overdrive. Clinically, that means a high beta state. But for you and me, what does that feel like? It feels like nonstop overthinking, that deep mental fatigue, and that relentless pressure to fix everything and everyone. Sound familiar?
A really powerful way to think about this is like having the watchtower on overdrive. It's that part of your brain, that little sentry that's been scanning the horizon for danger for so long, it doesn't know how to power down. It was built to protect you, but now it's working 24/7.
And here's another huge piece of the puzzle. There's a part of your brain called the thalamus, and it acts like a gatekeeper for all the sensory information coming in. But when it's in overload, that gate is basically stuck wide open. This leads to what we call sensory flooding, where every sound, every sight, every emotion just rushes in with no filter.
And the feeling of that? Well, it's exactly this. Feeling hit by everything at once. This is why a busy grocery store or a crowded room can feel so incredibly exhausting. Your sensory gate is just letting way too much in.
Now this is so important. These brain states, the overactive watchtower, the open gate, these are learned survival patterns. Your brain developed them for a very good reason, to keep you safe. They are not, and I'm going to say it again, they are not personal defects. So we get the brain patterns, the hardware. Now let's meet the emotional parts, the software that developed right alongside them. We're talking about our inner protectors. These are the parts of us that were literally designed to save us. So what are these emotional protectors? Well, think of them like little characters living inside you. They're parts of your personality that you created, usually when you were a kid, to deal with the world and to shield you from things like pain or chaos. They are not the villains of your story.
See, the goal isn't to fight these parts or to get rid of them. The goal is to reconcile with them. And it's this beautiful three-step process. First, you just identify the protector. Second, you thank it. You bless it for its old job of keeping you safe. And third, you give it a brand new, healthier role to play in your life now.
And just look at these examples. They're incredible. The peacemaker part of you, the one who always kept the peace even if it cost you, can become a boundary scout. The firefighter whose job was to numb pain really fast can become part of your de-escalation team. And the withdrawer who used to hide from chaos, that part can become your Sabbath keeper, the champion of your rest. It's transformation, not elimination.
Okay, so we've mapped the brain, we've met our inner team, now we get to the really practical part. How do we actually actively rewire our nervous system for peace? This section is all about tools you can start using today.
Here are just a few simple but seriously powerful practices. Something like 4-2-6 breathing. That's in for 4, hold for 2, out for 6, can instantly start to calm your brain. The eyes closed alpha practice helps you teach your brain to find a peaceful state on command. Each one of these is like a little rep at the gym for retraining your nervous system. And the best part? You don't need hours a day for this. Look at how easily these can fit into a daily rhythm. We're talking 5 or 10 minutes of stillness in the morning, a 20-minute walk at lunch, maybe some gratitude journaling before bed. It's these small, consistent actions that build a completely new foundation of peace. And when you build this rhythm,
it fundamentally shifts your why. Striving in survival mode is all about earning love, proving your worth. But the purpose of stillness? It's about receiving grace. It's about belonging to yourself. It's about learning to just be. That's a massive shift in motivation.
Now, this next idea might sound a little backwards at first. We're going to talk about structure. And I know, for a lot of us, structure feels restrictive, like a cage. But we're going to reframe it and see how it can actually be a sanctuary.
Oh, I just love this metaphor. It's so perfect. Structure isn't a cage that's meant to hold you in. It's a trellis. It's the supportive framework that allows the vine of your life to grow, to climb towards the light without just collapsing under its own weight.
And these structures, they're liberating, not limiting. We're talking about things like a weekly review that's focused on progress, not perfection, a shared meal for connection, a little bit of daily stillness with no devices. These aren't rigid rules, they are life-giving rhythms that create a refuge for your mind and soul.
Okay, let's bring all this home. This whole journey, understanding our brain, making peace with our protectors, building new rhythms, it all leads to this profound transformation, a change in our very identity.
And this really says it all. The entire journey is about this one massive shift, moving from a life of reactive survival, where you're always just putting out fires, to a life of strategic peace, where you are intentionally building your world from a place of rest and vision.
And this might be the most powerful reframe of all. Every single coping mechanism you ever had, every protector, it was a mercy that helped you survive. And now that mercy doesn't just go away. It transforms into mastery. Your past struggles literally become your greatest sources of wisdom and strength.
And so, I'll leave you with this one question to sit with. After you've quieted the watchtower, after you've blessed your protectors, after you've moved from survival into sanctuary, who are you when nothing is urgent? The answer to that question, that's where your new life really begins.